The question of how and why humans were created is of vital importance for understanding the meaning of human existence. In this context, we see that the earliest civilizations have narratives about creation. In divine religions, the creation stories of the first humans hold a special significance. This study aims to identify and evaluate the similarities between the creation narratives in mythologies and divine religions. The research method involves first examining the creation stories in Sumerian, Babylonian, Iranian, and Turkic mythologies, followed by an analysis of the creation of the first humans in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, identifying similarities and making evaluations. The oldest myths about the creation of the universe and humans are said to belong to the Sumerians. Literary tablets which provide important information about Sumerian mythology date back to approximately 2000 to 2500 BCE. Sumerian legends hold a fundamental place in the formation of ancient Near Eastern civilization myths. According to Sumerian mythology, before humans were created, each element necessary for human life on Earth was represented by a god. Personified gods were thought to maintain order for the earth, sky, air, water, sun, moon, plants, and animals. Finally, the first human was created to serve the gods and relieve them of the burden of labor, and breath was given to them. The materials used in the creation of humans were clay, earth, and the tears of the gods. The earth represents the material aspect of humans, while the tears of the gods represent the spiritual aspect that grants humans sanctity and allows them to connect with the gods. After shaping the human body from the mixture of earth and the gods' tears, breath was given to bring it to life. The duty of serving the gods assigned to humans can be seen as evidence of a hierarchy among people at that time. The gods symbolized the rulers who governed cities and held the most dominant position over humans, while the other humans created to lighten their burden represent the working class. Presenting such a purpose for creation may have aimed at maintaining social order, helping individuals find meaning in their existence, accept their position, and obey the ruling authority. The Babylonians adopted the traditional creation myth of the Sumerians and reimagined it for their own national, political, and religious purposes. The Babylonian creation epic is known as Enuma Elish. Written in cuneiform on 7 clay tablets, this epic is believed to date back to around 1900 BCE. In Babylonian mythology, Ea, Enki, the sky god Anu, and the air god Enlil are among the important deities. Ea's son Marduk is given the task of organizing the universe and creating humans to serve the gods. All gods and mortals obey Marduk. According to the myth, Marduk one day battles Tiamat. Tiamat seeks revenge for the death of her husband Ea. Marduk demands the highest position among the gods, and they grant it to him. After a fierce battle, Marduk kills Tiamat and splits her body into 2, creating the earth from her parts. The other gods who aided Tiamat are captured and forced into servitude. However, when the gods grow weary of their duties, Marduk decides to create humans to lighten their burden. He mixes the blood of the rebellious god King with a handful of earth to create the first human. Later, Ea explains to humans that their duty is to serve and feed the gods. In Babylonian mythology, the creation of humans involves shaping earth with a divine liquid. While in Sumerian mythology, this liquid is described as tears, in Babylonian mythology, it is blood. In both cases, the blood and tears belong to the gods, which can be interpreted as attributing a sacred meaning to humans. According to Iranian mythology, Ahura Mazda existed in infinite light, while Ahriman existed in darkness. Ahura Mazda created the great angels, Amesha-Spentas, representing goodness, while Ahriman created the evil forces, Daivas. The creation of the universe occurred in 3 stages. each lasting 3,000 years. In the first stage, there was no time or space. The universe was motionless. In the second stage, conflicts began between Ahura Mazda and Ahriman. In the third stage, Ahura Mazda triumphed over Ahriman. Ahura Mazda created the world in 6 stages. First the sky, then water, the earth, plants, animals, and finally humans. After each stage, he rested for 5 days. The first human created was Gaiamat, Kayumas, and the first animal was a bull. When the bull died, other animals emerged from its body. When Gaiamat died, Mashya and Mashyana, the ancestors of humanity, sprouted from where he fell. Initially in plant form, these 2 beings gradually transformed into humans. Ahura Mazda advised them to do good and avoid evil. However, Ahriman deceived Mashya and Mashyana, causing them to stray from the right path. Although they acknowledged Ahura Mazda as the creator, under Ahriman's influence, they mistakenly attributed the creation of the earth, water, and plants to him. As a result, they were cursed, and their souls were condemned to remain in hell until the apocalypse. In Zoroastrian belief, the emergence of Mashya and Mashyana from a plant form resembles the sprouting of humans from the earth in Sumerian mythology. Additionally, Ahriman's deception leading to their curse is similar to the story of Adam and Eve being deceived by Satan in Islam. Before the world was created, there was only God Karahan, Ulgan, and an endless expanse of water. Seeing Karahan's loneliness, the water spirit Ak-Ana told him to create, and then disappeared into the depths. In response, Karahan created Erkishi. Erkishi, in the form of a black goose, flew over the water with God. However, over time, he became arrogant and tried to take God's place. As a result, Karahan imprisoned him in the underground realm of darkness. Later, at Karahan's command, a 9-branched tree grew on earth. Each leaf of the tree became a bird, but this did not alleviate God's loneliness. Finally, God ordered the creation of 9 humans from the roots of the tree, 5 males and 4 females. Karahan summoned Erkishi to see these beauties. However, Erkishi wanted to possess the humans. God told him he could only take those he could deceive. Erkishi's task was to deceive humans and make them unhappy. To protect humans, God created a snake and a dog. Humans only ate the fruits from the tree's eastern branches. Erkishi tempted them by saying the fruits in the north were larger and more beautiful. The humans said God had forbidden those fruits, but Erkishi suggested that God might lie. Eventually, a woman was deceived and ate the forbidden fruit. She then convinced her beloved man to eat it as well. At that moment, they realized they were naked and felt ashamed. As punishment, Karahan gave each of them a penalty. The man was condemned to live in a world full of hardships. The woman was condemned to suffer the pains of childbirth. The snake was condemned to crawl and be an enemy of humans. The dog, though loved by humans, would be scorned. After delivering these punishments, God Karahan ascended to the sky and named himself Ulgan. He sent Sky Sun to help humans. After creating the world and everything in it, God decided to create humans in his own image. He first shaped Adam from the earth and breathed the breath of life into his nostrils, giving him life. Then, he prepared a beautiful garden in the east, the Garden of Eden, and placed Adam there. In this garden, there were all kinds of fruit trees. God told Adam he could eat from any tree in the garden except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. If he ate from that tree, he would die. Seeing that it was not good for Adam to be alone, God decided to create a suitable companion for him. He put Adam into a deep sleep and created Eve from his rib. Thus, Adam had a companion by his side. One day, a cunning serpent in the garden tempted Eve to eat the forbidden fruit. The serpent said that if they ate the fruit, they would become like God, knowing good and evil. Eve ate the fruit and gave some to Adam. At that moment, their eyes were opened, and they realized they were naked. They then made clothes from fig leaves. When God learned they had eaten the forbidden fruit, he punished Adam, Eve, and the serpent. Eve's pain in childbirth would increase. Adam would have to toil for his survival, and the serpent was condemned to crawl and be cursed by humans. Finally, God expelled Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden and stationed an angel to guard the entrance. Thus, humanity began its life on earth. God created the universe in 6 days and saw that it was good. On the 6th day, he decided to create humans in his own image. He shaped the first man, Adam, from the earth and breathed the breath of life into him, giving him life. Adam named all the animals God had created, but could not find a suitable companion for himself. So God put Adam into a deep sleep and created Eve from his rib. Thus, Adam was no longer alone, and Eve became his companion. God placed Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. He told them they could eat from any tree in the garden except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the original sin and the fall. However, a cunning serpent, thought to be Satan in disguise, tempted Eve to eat the forbidden fruit. The serpent said that if they ate the fruit, they would gain wisdom like God. Eve ate the fruit and gave some to Adam. At that moment, they realized they were naked and made clothes from fig leaves. When God learned they had disobeyed his command, he punished Adam, Eve, and the serpent. Eve was condemned to suffer the pains of childbirth and be subordinate to her husband. Adam was condemned to toil for his survival. The serpent was condemned to crawl and be the enemy of humans. God expelled Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden and stationed angels with flaming swords to guard the entrance. From then on, humanity began its life on earth. Christian interpretation. In Christian belief, the sin committed by Adam and Eve is known as the original sin. Humanity is born under the influence of this sin and can only achieve salvation through the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. Jesus, by being crucified, atoned for humanity's sin. Allah created humans from earth and clay. Then, he breathed his own spirit into them, giving them life, intellect, will, and knowledge. Thus, the first human and prophet Adam was created. Allah taught Adam the names of all things and made him superior to the angels. He then commanded the angels to bow down to Adam. The angels obeyed, but Iblis, Satan, refused out of arrogance. Iblis claimed to be superior to Adam and was cast out from Allah's presence. The creation of Eve. Allah created Eve as a companion for Adam so that he would not be alone. Thus the foundation of the human race was laid. Adam and Eve were placed in paradise, where they lived happily. Allah told them they could enjoy everything in paradise except the fruit of one tree. Satan's temptation and the first sin, Iblis, who had been cast out of paradise for defying Allah, was granted permission to deceive Adam and Eve. He tempted them to eat the forbidden fruit, saying it would make them immortal and bring them closer to Allah. Adam and Eve succumbed to Satan's temptation and ate the forbidden fruit. When they realized their mistake, they felt deep remorse and sought Allah's forgiveness. Allah accepted their repentance, but sent them to earth as a punishment. Humanity's role on earth. After being sent to earth, Adam and Eve began their life there. Allah appointed humans as his vicegerents, Khalifa, on earth, and sent prophets to guide them on the right path. In Islam, the purpose of human creation is to worship Allah and live a righteous life. Different cultures, religions, and civilizations have developed various narratives about the creation of humans. However, upon closer examination, it becomes clear how similar these stories are. Common themes such as creation from earth, the existence of the first human couple, the violation of a forbidden fruit or rule, the struggle between good and evil, God breathing life into humans and sending them to Earth, are universal narratives that humanity has carried from the past to the present. Perhaps these similarities indicate that all humanity originates from a common source, and that different cultures are essentially telling the same grand story in their own languages. The stories may change, but humanity's quest remains the same. Who are we, and where did we come from? Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Your support means the world to me. See you in the next video. Take care.